Hello and welcome to another update video about Doge. Doge is currently moving sort of in line with expectations. We are still trying to, actually did form another high, a marginally higher high above the Tuesday, the 21st of May high. Before we dive into the microstructure, which is currently, as I said, unfolding as per the ideal roadmap, even though it's very choppy, so please be careful with this chart, yeah? We're going to take here a look at the bigger picture. Idea is that obviously this here is all a fourth wave, like on the Bitcoin chart, very similar structure. It's very different in the details, but overall the idea was that similar to what Bitcoin is doing, has done, that the move to the downside obviously is a fourth wave here, yeah, and it reached the 50% fib level. This support zone, which has been stable for, you could say, a couple of months actually, did definitely lead to quite a few reactions. All right, quite a few reactions here, 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 here. And that's exactly what these support regions are for, obviously, right? What we want normally is that the price does react and basically either, rally to new highs or at least gives us a proper bounce. So obviously for anybody who's like using that to add positions, when the price is then pulling away from support, there's obviously potential to take profits, or at least to manage risk. Okay, so the idea is, okay, this was a fourth wave. We have enough waves to call this fourth wave complete. You can see there was an overshooting B wave, C wave down, and the idea is now we could be in this fifth wave to the upside. I have to assume it's an ABC structure because this entire rally is a diagonal. Entire rally that started down here. I've got it much better laid out on the long-term chart, but the idea here that, from the January low, it started to move as an ending diagonal, and therefore, especially because the 50% fib level was broken a couple of times, but that was from the beginning assumed that could be the case, which is why I always added the 61.8 fib, because I know we're in a diagonal. Okay, so Elliott wave kind of prepares us for deeper than ideal pullbacks. The idea is now that, it has been for a while, that this fifth wave might be unfolding. And in the fifth wave, which should reach sort of the 28 cent mark, 28 cent mark, that is sort of the ideal target zone. And if we look at the micro, the idea was, okay, we have an A wave up, we have a B wave down, and then a C wave up. Yeah, because we are dealing with a diagonal. The thing is, this C wave would not be long enough for all of wave 5, so it would have to be part of a larger A wave. A waves can be 3 waves or 5 waves, but I've seen many more 3-wave movements in A waves in this cycle. So that's what I'm primarily normally looking for, not so much the 5-wave A waves. They have become quite rare actually. Don't know why. It might just be the kind of market cycle and the larger the larger wave degree structures we're in. Also, it might be more related to the overall market sentiment. Yeah. But, therefore this is all part of a larger A wave, which means we're dealing with corrective structures. On top of that, from this small B wave, which bottomed on the 13th of May to the upside, this is also not an impulse. A C wave is a 5-wave move, can be a diagonal, which is overlapping, choppy. We have to be prepared for deep pullbacks, all that kind of stuff. So that's a possibility. Or it could be an impulse, but this is not an impulse because there are overlaps in there. It just looks too choppy. And if I zoom into the microstructures, these are all 3-wave structures again. So it can't be an impulse because impulses don't consist of ABC structures. So that means we likely formed this wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, did hold the 61.8 fib, and we're now moving up in wave 5. Looking at the microstructure, it seems that this the 20 cent level that I talked about before is a bit far away for all of wave 5. Yeah, it would be quite long. So I've looked at the microstructures within, and the ideal target for wave 5, the first ideal target is 18.3 cents. So I make this video to highlight, okay, it might not even get to 20, okay? Also, I want to reissue a warning. Just be careful with this chart. It is a chart that's just moving in corrective structures. Regardless, I mean, it's following expectations. It has been now following expectations for quite some time. Still, though, when we see the structure, Elliott wave tells us to be on the side of caution. On top of that, obviously, and I take this support zone out now, the price reacted also to the trend channel's lower boundary line that I showed you here yesterday. We did move it though, but this fifth wave would also be an ABC structure. So if we really dive into the micro, but this is obviously super unreliable, then I would say maybe this is the A, B, C. And once this wave 5 is completed, and I mean, maybe it's complete already, it formed another high, but it's more like a double top at the moment. So for me, I'd like to see one more push. And then once this A wave is done, a B wave pullback, which would also be corrective. B waves can be shallow, deep, be prepared for anything in a B wave. And then this final C wave rally. That's sort of how I see Doge at the moment. It is broadly, adhering to expectations. Should I call it expectations? Well, it's the ideal roadmap that I show you here. But just be aware that because we are dealing with corrective structures, the micro count might morph quite a few times. It hasn't happened yet, still sort of following that ABC structure to the upside. But unfortunately, there is nothing impulsive there. Because there's nothing impulsive there, we just always have to be on the side of caution. But I've mentioned that many times before. Just have to reissue that warning or word of caution because we get a lot of new viewers all the time. And then, yeah, as I said, once this circle wave B is... So once circle wave A tops, as I said, ideally sort of in the region around 18 cents, 18.3. By the way, next upside resistance is around 17.7 cents. Might be we've already reacted there. But 18.3 would be the first ideal target. And once we've completed that, I can give you a support area for circle wave B. And then we can look for this. And by the way, this circle wave B, it is based on the entire length of the move from the 1st of May low. So could touch 14 cents again or so. And then this C wave, yeah, should start. I hope you liked the update about Doge. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, and please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.